Hey there, and welcome everybody to San Beris, a brand new series on my channel of Cities Skylines. And this series is very special because this is the first ever series I'm going to finish someday, and I'm very confident to say so, because at the time you are watching this video, I am already far into this whole thing. It's been prepared for over half a year, so in the next couple of weeks you can expect a few back-to-back episodes. Well, not back-to-back, but actually 2 episodes a week, but for me this is kind of back-to-back. And in today's episode you're going to see a bit of the terraforming, a bit of the preparation of the overall map, and obviously also a little bit of a start of what we're going to do. Before we jump into this, I hope you found the way well to this channel, and if you're new here and you don't know me, I'm Rudi. I'm the creative camel of YouTube, so to say, and I love to play creative games, simulation games, and all these kind of games. I kind of created all my stuff around Planet Coaster in the past, but I also tried already to play in different games, and I have to say Cities Skylines is nothing new for me. I have been playing Cities Skylines right from the start. Back then I haven't had anything to do with YouTube, so I played it just for me, and I kind of lost track a bit with all the mods and with all the DLCs. I just got the first 2 DLCs, I guess, and with all the mods coming in and having some issues with crashing games, and my computer wasn't that great back then, the game just kind of dropped out of my focus, I have to say, and all of a sudden Planet Coaster came around the corner and I was glued to that game for years now. But the love to Cities Skylines never really died out, so I really started to dig a bit deep into different games. I actually had the luck to meet Strict Toaster and Flux in person, for example, and also with Silverred, all these guys who are very well known within the Cities Skylines community, and I kind of, I just came back to the game, and it was really a pleasure to finally play again. And a year ago I had a series started which was called I even forgot again how that was called, but anyways, it was kind of a Nepal inspired area, and I just had the problem that I went completely overboard. I was completely kind of underestimating where this whole thing would be going, and after 2 episodes I had to simply recognize that it wasn't going to be happening at all, because it was really bad. And being so long out of the game means also being so long out of the workflow and stuff, and as I said, I just barely played with mods at the beginning, so I got to, I needed to get to know all the mods again. That was a good test 1 year ago, but then I dropped the game again for a long time, and now I'm back building a city which is kind of special, and I'm going to simply explain the backstory a bit of it. You have seen in the intro quite a few things already, which is unusual. I usually try to hide a bit better what's going to happen, but since I really have a slow progress within the next couple of episodes, and you may lose interest in what you see, I thought, okay, let's put in a bit of an interesting start so you can see that it is going to be good in the end, because it took me a while until I really got back into the flow and had some serious progress that I can show you. So the first episodes are all the episodes will be around 15 minutes, and in the first episodes, as I said, the kind of progress will be pretty slow because I had to do stuff all over again, and I didn't want to show the progress. I didn't want to use every footage, so I cut out a lot, but still I needed to get and show you something, because Cities Skylines is all about trying, and I hope that this series is also for those people who've been a bit discouraged or whatever, seeing other people build crazy stuff and feeling not capable of doing the same. And I had the same feeling, but it's it's all about learning, it's all about making progress, it's all about playing, because just look at the profiles of Flux and Strict, and who recently just smashed the 2,000 hours border, or as I should say landmark. Oh no, that's not landmark, it's like a record mark or whatsoever, in Cities Skylines. And you know, those guys have some serious time spent into the game, which makes them also better players and better creators. And so it was all about me this time to really stick to the plan, stick to it, and just go on. And I have to say, at the beginning I was really unhappy with what happened to my city. But anyways, now let's explain a bit what it's all about. The city is called San Beris, and this is kind of a made-up name out of different European cities. You can guess in the comments down below which kind of city I'm talking about, or which kind of cities I'm talking about, because it's basically not one city. And the idea is to create a city that has several districts that are themed to different European cities. So it's going to be themed after the kind of traditional styles of the countries. So I'm going to start with the German area, which is it was really a struggle, even though I'm German, even though I'm living in Germany, and it has high influences from Düsseldorf, but it will also get some influence from Berlin and other German cities. But there is not that simple German style as you would go for example, to Paris and just use the French style in Paris with all the French chalet buildings and stuff. That's a lot easier to kind of make appear as if would be really a French styled area, and you know what, kind of Spanish or Italian ones. But I really struggled with the German style. This is why I decided to start with it, to be honest. I'm quite happy with the result, I have to say, because talking to you right now in this episode means that I'm already kind of finished with the German area, but I'm going to explain that later on in the series, what's going on exactly. And yeah, the city will have several districts that all fulfill a different purpose, and I hope that the city in the end will look still kind of organic and great, but it really has these different areas that do look completely different and still blend in well together. That's basically the big challenge about this whole thing. And I'm quite happy how the first kind of blend into the French area, because that's where I am currently, speaking to you about the footage, which is pretty much 7.5 months old, and I'm now talking to you just a week ahead of the actual release of the first episode. I had recorded that first episode a while ago, but I just listened to my commentary again, and a few things changed within that time, so I decided to just record that again, and I'm quite happy, to be honest, that I'm doing this, because now I can explain a few things way better. So we are starting, as I said, now with the German area, which is pretty much having all built around a kind of media harbor. It's a little harbor area which is not used for industry reasons or kind of for shipping and stuff. It's basically used for like an office area. So you have to imagine it's basically built on top of the idea like how the Düsseldorf Mediahafen, which is pretty much famous in Germany, is built off. In the media harbor you have many offices, you have a lot of advertising agencies, you have big brands like Tommy Hilfiger or like Esprit and all these kinds of bigger brands, and it's like all the media people. You have the German news media sitting there, and all some television companies will sit there. So there's a lot of media stuff going on, and it's pretty much modern looking harbor area, which is really giving a nice skyline to the river. And this is what I wanted to start with, and I had a lot of issues because, as you can see, I'm doing a bit of a strange thing here. I'm using the roads and then move it to create these little fingers reaching into the actual riverbed, to create that little harbor area. And it was like a half a year later that I figured how dumb this actually was, and it will lead me into a lot of struggle later on, because you already saw that by placing these asphalt decals, that I'm pretty much not really even with the terrain, so it's not flattened out perfectly. And this will make me struggle throughout the whole series, because I just built on and on and on and on for weeks and weeks and weeks without figuring that I should have just used some case around here, and then flattened out the whole area to pretty much level it perfectly, so that I can build with a lot of decals and actually bring some layers in. And recently the mod terraforming roads came out, and I mean, this mod is incredible. I love this mod. It really saves my ass a million times now. But I should have had that back then. So as you can see, I'm trying to build with K props over here. I don't know why. Back then I had all the K options, all the network Ks and stuff installed back then. But I don't know, they didn't really work. And I have to say, throughout the whole series, my computer will be changed 2 times. So there's a lot of struggle with the whole series because I had to install everything again and everything from scratch again. Until I could play the save game again, so it was a lot of struggle. I kind of paused also for a month or something, just playing Planet Coaster again, preparing some secret stuff for Frontier, also getting Jurassic World Evolution Early Access, and all these kind of things stopped me from playing again. And when I came back and I had a new CPU, I had a new graphics card, and I had new RAM and stuff, I came back to the game and completely forgot what I've done in general. So this harbor will be, I don't know how many times I'm going to redo this. You won't see everything in the time lapses. At some point I stopped to show you the progress in the harbor, and we move on to other things, and I will do that all off screen. And I honestly, I already time being now, I am finished more or less, as I said, with the German area, but still I was figuring that the harbor is by far not finished. There's so much what I don't really like about this harbor. You may have seen that in the intro. I don't know what I exactly cut into it, because I haven't cut the intro yet. So I'm just, you know, it's so confusing, because I'm preparing that so way ahead of my wedding and stuff. It was all a bit confusing, because I recorded episode 4, 5, 6, 7 a week ago, and now I'm recording episode 1 again, so I need to be a bit careful what I talked about back then and what I'm going to talk about today, because that day today will be a crazy day. I'm going to record, let me count, I think something about 10 episodes in total for Planet Coaster and 6 further of Cities Skylines, and then I'm going to record some Ark again. You may have seen that already yesterday on my channel, or tomorrow, because I'm struggling at the moment a bit with the schedule. I don't really know. I wanted to put that on Saturdays and on Wednesdays, the Cities Skylines series, but that's kind of what we planned for Ark as well. So maybe I'm going to move Cities Skylines to Friday and Tuesday potentially. So please guys, don't judge me on what I'm saying right now, because I don't know. Please just read the description down below. There will be everything written down about this series. You will get the song playlist as well down below there. If I wasn't too lazy, you will have as well seen the songs in the screen with a little pop-up, because I noticed back in all the Planet Coaster videos that you guys are frequently asking about the songs I'm using. So basically I'm using all the music from Epidemic Sound, where I have a subscription model and can use all the music for free, which is great. And they have some great music, and I'm always using this, but you will find probably most of the music on YouTube and stuff as well. You will also find the artists. Some of them have SoundCloud as well, so you will be able to find this music as well and listen to it, because I think some of the songs are really nice to listen to. And if you're interested in that, just go down below to the description and copy the playlist, and you can just search for the music yourself. Yeah, I don't even know if I can set up a playlist in Epidemic. Maybe I'm going to do this then and just give you the link so you can listen through on your own. But I'm not quite sure if I'm able to. So yeah, I'm trying my best to give you good service on that, but I can't promise, because I am going to marry in just 5 days time, and I have only today and tomorrow to prepare the stuff, because our agreement was to be finished 3 days ahead of it, so that I can, deal with all the other stuff. Since this is just my hobby I'm doing next to it, and I'll be out for 4 full weeks. That means 4 full weeks of doing nothing for YouTube or for work, and just spending time with my most loved person in the world, which is great. And I can't wait to do this, and this is just why I'm going to prepare all that. And once I'm back, I'm so curious to watch all the comments down below. I'm pretty curious what you think of this series so far, how you like the idea of building a kind of city that is made up of different architecture styles of well-known European cities, and how you think my progress was. Because as I said, my progress was really good, I have to say. Like at the beginning, this looks kind of okay, what you see right now, so it's not too bad actually, but there are so many things that changed. For example, having all the network walls and stuff made placing walls and leveling stuff so much easier, and I was struggling so much at the beginning with it. My placement of roads, of buildings was kind of weak at the beginning and got better and better in the end. So yeah, I'm quite curious to hear from you guys how you think my progress was, and let me know down below in the comments what your most favorite European city is, or maybe a kind of go-to location. Maybe you are from the US, and I hope that I will get a lot of viewers from the US, because I know that a lot of people are from the US watching my Planet Coaster stuff, so hopefully there will be a few of you also watching this. And so tell me simply what you think of European cities. Have you ever been there? Which one do you want to go to? Do you have a go-to location where you seriously want to go one day, and why? And do you like European architecture, and what do you think is special about this? So I think we will talk about that quite a lot in the future series, but for now it would be very interesting to know what you guys like about European cities and which is your most favorite one. So we are at the end of this episode, guys. I hope you liked this first one. As I said, it's going to have a slow progress at the beginning, but hopefully we're gonna catch up some speed later on. If you're new here, if you like that episode and you want to see more of it, make sure to subscribe to get all the new videos of Cities Skylines and other stuff. And if you like that video, give us a thumbs up, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.